Welcome to today's Explainer. We're jumping straight into a gripping, ongoing standoff right in the heart of Delhi at Jantar Mantar, one that is completely capturing the nation's attention. We're looking at a deeply passionate protest that bridges huge generational divides, and they're demanding answers for one of the most widespread controversies in recent educational history. Okay, let's start right here with this number, 19. Actually, it's been almost 20 days now since a 59-year-old man has had a single meal. It's a stark, powerful metric of absolute dedication, and it really sets the stage for everything we're going to unpack today. What we have here is an incredible intersection of very traditional protest methods and highly modern youth activism. Together, they've brought India's examination system under intense scrutiny. It's literally a story of a veteran, renowned scientist joining forces with the absolute youngest voters in the country to demand systemic accountability. So, who exactly is the man at the center of this fast? Well, do you remember the character Wangchuk from the Bollywood movie 3 Idiots, starring Amir Khan, R. Madhavan, and the rest of the cast? He was that brilliant teacher, engineer, and patent scientist up in Leh Ladakh, creating all those incredible new innovations. Yes, you're thinking in the exact right direction. The real-life Wangchuk is our real-life renowned scientist, Sonam Wangchuk, and he is the man currently putting his life on the line. The physical toll of this Gandhian nonviolent resistance is severe. Like I said, it's been almost 20 days since he last had any meal. He's lost at least 9 kilograms of his body weight. He's currently running very low on blood pressure and blood sugar, and he's now under near round-the-clock medical surveillance because of the extreme dizziness and weakness. Doctors are officially warning that his condition is critical. But despite that, Wangchuk is still fighting and continuing his hunger strike. His resolve is just totally unshaken. He famously stated, "Of course, none of meal is there in my body, but it's running fluently, and I will fight for it." It's just a stunning display of commitment. But why is this celebrated innovator risking his life out on the streets? The whole catalyst for this standoff goes back to the 2026 NEET UG medical entrance exams. Almost immediately after they were conducted, massive allegations of question paper leaks surfaced. By mid-June, the integrity of the exam was so compromised it was officially canceled. In direct response to this chaos, on June 28th, Wangchuk began his indefinite hunger strike. This wasn't just a minor administrative hiccup. This mass cancellation derailed the hard work and the futures of literally millions of aspiring medical students all across the country. The sheer scale of it created this massive wave of frustration. Now, we really need to look at who Wangchuk is fasting in solidarity with, because this is where the story takes a totally fascinating turn. He joined a protest at Jantar Mantar, carried out by the Cockroach Janta Party. Now, the CJP is a revolutionary, satirical political movement created entirely by the Gen Z youth of the nation. They built this movement from the ground up to demand systemic reform and accountability after the leaks. It's a really wild juxtaposition when you think about it. On one side, you have this respected elder statesman using a very traditional, serious, indefinite hunger strike. And right alongside him, you have this highly modern Gen Z movement using satire and digital mobilization. Two totally different approaches, but fighting for the exact same cause. So what is it going to take to end this strike? What are their core demands? Let's break down exactly what they want. At the very top of the list, they are demanding the immediate resignation of Union Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan. The protesters have been incredibly vocal about the bitter contrast here, pointing out that despite Sonam Wangchuk being on this long, grueling hunger strike, they feel the education minister is sitting deaf to their pleas and just enjoying meals at the dining table of his house. They are also demanding the dissolution of the testing agency and financial compensation for the families of students who tragically died by suicide due to the exam stress. Because of his diminishing health, a lot of well-wishers have pleaded with Wangchuk to just stop the strike. His response to them? He redirected the pressure right back where he feels it belongs, asking, "Why you all are asking me to stop hunger strike, instead asking the concerned authority to have chat and solve the problem?" Which, honestly, seems pretty appropriate when you consider the situation. He was additionally asked by critics, "Will every problem in the nation be solved if the education minister resigns?" And he replied, "No, it won't solve every problems of the nation, but change will begin from somewhere rather than not giving anything to start changing from somewhere." And yes, of course, he absolutely nailed it with that statement. Systemic change has to start somewhere. As this standoff continues, the silence from the authorities is standing in stark contrast to the massive support pouring in. The movement is gathering incredible cross-sectional solidarity. Interestingly, Omi Vaidya, who played the role of Chattur, the silencer, in Three Idiots, is fully supporting him. He's publicly stating that we need to save Sonam Wangchuk by not letting him die with hunger in the crowd of these deaf politicians. Famous South actor Prakash Raj also personally visited Wangchuk at Jantar Mantar to show his support, alongside political figures and other artists.
While many are supporting Wangchuk, yet many others are still left out to support. The ultimate hope now is for the government to have chats and dialogues with Sonam Wangchuk and the Cockroach Janta Party soon to find some better results. Because if somehow something happens to Wangchuk, protesters argue it will be seen as the ultimate carelessness of the system and the politics of the country.
And that leaves us with our final thought for this explainer. What does this critical standoff mean for the future of youth-led accountability in India? It's a situation that's going to shape the educational landscape for a long time to come. Namaste, and thank you for joining me today. Stay healthy. Dhanyabad.